everybody, Gigi here for the Keto channel. Today I'm gonna make a star anise almond biscotti dipped in chocolate. Ooh, so good. So don't go anywhere and watch this recipe unfold. I'm going to start by preheating the oven to 350 degrees. Now that the oven is preheating, I'm going to start boiling some water. This is a very easy recipe. In a bowl, we're gonna add 1.5 cups of almond flour, 1 full cup of erythritol, half a cup of unsweetened coconut flakes, and half a teaspoon of baking powder. Now that all of our dry ingredients are together, we're going to mix them with a fork while also getting rid of all the lumps from the almond flour. And we want to mix that well, making sure that all of our dry ingredients are mixed together. Now that this is all mixed together, we're going to add another dry ingredient, and that's going to be 2¼ ounce of slivered almonds. And we want to mix that well. We're going to add 1 large egg. And now I'm going to take my spatula and mix this well. Now that it's all mixed, we want to put our hands in there and kind of like see that Play-Doh consistency. That's what you want. So you want to continue mixing it until you get to that point. Now once this is all mixed like such, we're gonna add 1 tablespoon of unsweetened almond milk. And we're gonna mix that together. So what it's doing, it's adding just a little bit of moisture to the mix. So once you can pretty much pick it all up like this in one pickup like that, you're pretty good to go. It's kind of like that kind of clay consistency. Now I'm going to add half a tablespoon of vanilla and half a tablespoon of star anise. And now we're going to mix this. Make sure to mix it well so it takes in all the flavor evenly. Now I'm going to grease up my baking sheet with melted butter. So what I've done is I've flattened down my mixture to make my biscottis. So they're about 3/4 inch thick. You can make it as thick or as thin as you want. The thinner, the crispier. But you don't want it to be too thin either, because then that's not a biscotti. It's almost an inch thick, really. All right, so now that we have our shape, I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting the biscottis. So I suppose I should just cut this through the middle so I don't break anything. So then let me see this one here. It's nice and done. So then when they're done, we can dip them in chocolate. So it's yielded 18 biscottis. They're not all the same size, as you can see. Some of them are thinner than others in terms of width, but there you go. I'm just going to go ahead and brush some melted butter on top of each of our biscottis here. Now I'm gonna put my biscotti in the oven for about 15 minutes. The timer went off, so let's see. It's a little bit more. So I'm gonna do another 10 minutes. So I left them in here for a total of 20 minutes. I didn't go the full 25 minutes, the additional 10 that I did because I was afraid that they were gonna burn. As you can see, they're nice and toasty on the outside. So now I'm just gonna set them down to cool, and then we're gonna dip them in chocolate. While the biscottis continue to cool down, I'm going to melt some chocolate. What I've done is I've put kind of like a double boiler situation. This is also known as the bain-marie. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to add some butter into the pot and then the chocolate. And the reason for the butter is so it gives it a shine when I put it on the biscottis. Now to the pot, I'm gonna add 2/4 cups of chocolate. And I'm just gonna, it's already melting because I was heating the water way before starting. So what you want to do is you want to make sure that you're stirring it constantly. I wish I had a proper double boiler for this, but I do not. So you do what you can with what you have where you're at, and then move forward. So these are sugar-free chocolate chips that you can use for baking, which I'm melting right now. And I think it's actually done. So now we're going to dress our biscottis with this chocolate dip. Instead of dipping them, I've decided to coat them and be careful because that chocolate, it's gonna be hot, as I just found out. Let's see how this came out. Let's give it a try. Super crunchy. You can taste the star anise. Oh my god. This is really good. A 10 for sure. Oh my god, this is good, you guys. All I need is a cup of coffee. This is delicious. I hope you enjoy them as much as I am. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next week. Before you leave, if you haven't subscribed already, please do so below this video. And once you subscribe, click on that bell button so you can get notified every time that I post another delicious recipe. Thank you for watching. I'll see you next time. Until then, stay in ketosis, baby. Bye.